So sadly for today's race, I ended up having an engine malfunction which caused me to crash into the wall and therefore let me retire. Which was a bit sad, but I guess it's okay. So Sergio Perez won, and as you'll find out later in the video, his teammate came near the back of the pack. But today, I was like it was 5 laps before the end of the race when I retired. However, I actually was quite passive, which is what I wanted to do in Australia even, I think. Two Brits on the podium. That's nice. The first DNF of today's race is Carlos Sainz, but I thought I'd just quickly mention, before we even get to Abu Dhabi, the last Grand Prix of the year, of the season, I think it's the United Arab Emirates, I might be wrong, but anyway, I managed to win the Drivers' Championship during this race, because I'm beating my teammate in second by 35 points. So, even if I was to DNF in the next race and he was to come first with the fastest lap, I'd still be winning by 9 points. So I thought I'd mention that before we go into the crashes. So, we have Carlos Sainz starting in 4th. And now he's in 5th, followed by 6th as I come sliding through past him. I go swerving into the wall. And then I become very protective of my place against, I think it's Norris, Alonso, and him, and that's where he DNFs. He is one of like only 4 DNFs in the entire race. So that's actually kind of a small amount for my usual standards. Anyway, that's him going out the race. The next DNF of the race is Max Verstappen. Like I said, he's basically last, while his teammate came first. But he's really second to last. I'll just take you to where he DNFs. So, we were under safety car conditions. And so, I decide that whenever we're under a safety car, for me to overtake, I have to have them off the track. Because you can only overtake someone during a safety car if they're off the track, not in the line, or causing a hazard. So that's basically what I do. So we're coming through the safety car sections. And then finally I get to his last line of defense, which is his car in question. I push him against the wall several times, and then he drives up the wall onto the side of my car. So yeah, sort of interesting. And then he fades away. So driving up, he's driving along, and then suddenly, up he goes. And then it will eventually just fade into my camera. When me drives straight through him. Now the next crash of the race is Fernando Alonso, but that happens like ages after Verstappen and Sainz, because for most of the race I'm in 18th, 19th and 20th with Bottas and Leclerc here, where we basically just have our little battle together. And this battle goes on for several laps, and then eventually I do keep along with them, but because they have pit stops when I don't, I manage to just sneak away from them. But then they come back here at lap 11. But then I accidentally leave Bottas behind as I go too sharp and spin him off. And so I end up just chasing after Leclerc. Anyway, now I'm going to go to the actual crash of Fernando Alonso. Okay, I've reached the DNF zone. So you may be wondering why he's following me with Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly and George Russell, as well as Lando Norris. Basically what happened is I had to go into the pits, and then I got lapped by Sergio and Lewis during the pit time, but then I also lost Valtteri and Charles, which is why I was chased by him. I was about to be lapped by him. But I never actually did get lapped by him, just because he ended up getting slammed in the wall. Like you probably saw, he comes across, and then he gets stuck in the wall. Anyway, the next DNF is mine, actually. Sounds strange how it's mine, but it is. So I have an engine malfunction, just leaving me to go just forwards and hit the wall. So, kind of sad. Or at least it was for me. Probably everyone else in the race was very happy, as it meant that they didn't have to worry for their lives. Just driving along, and then I'm just stuck against the wall and I can't turn, leaving me to go out. Though also George Russell apparently goes out, but because I DNF, we can't see that.